Have you ever bought a crystal, felt excited, hopeful, even magical, but deep inside you wondered, is this real? Or am I just holding a pretty stone? Because today, crystals are everywhere, online shops, street markets, Instagram stores. And sadly, fake crystals are also everywhere. Some look perfect, shiny, colorful, beautiful. But beauty does not always mean energy. So if you truly want healing, manifestation, and spiritual connection, you must know one thing clearly: how to identify fake versus real crystals. Stay till the end, because today I'm sharing raw, practical, and honest truth. Not myths, not marketing tricks, but real knowledge you can actually use. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. If you love crystals, healing, manifestation, and spiritual growth, then you are at the right place. Crystals are not just decorations, they are ancient tools used for thousands of years. For protection, balance, love, clarity, and energy alignment. But here is the problem. As crystal demand increased, fake manufacturing also increased. Glass, plastic, dyed stones, heat-treated stones, lab-made crystals, all are sold today as natural healing crystals, and most people cannot tell the difference. So today, we start understanding the truth. How to identify whether your crystal is natural, treated, or completely fake. Let's begin with the basics first. First truth you must understand. Real crystals are made by nature, slowly, under pressure, heat, and time. That means they are never perfect. Nature does not create factory-style perfection. So if your crystal looks too perfect, too smooth, too colorful, too glossy, that is your first red flag. Now let's talk about surface and texture. Real crystals usually have tiny cracks, lines, clouds, or uneven patterns inside. These are called inclusions. They are not defects, they are proof of natural formation. Fake crystals made from glass look very clear, very uniform, and bubble-like inside. If you see round bubbles trapped inside the stone, that is almost always glass, not crystal. Second point, temperature test. Real crystals usually feel cool to the touch, even in warm rooms. Glass or plastic adjusts to room temperature quickly. So hold your crystal in your hand for a few seconds. If it stays cool longer, that is a positive sign. If it becomes warm very fast, be careful. Third point, weight matters. Natural crystals are usually heavier than they look. Glass feels lighter for its size. Plastic feels extremely light. So compare weight in your hand. A real crystal will feel dense, grounded, solid. Now let's talk about color. Very important. Nature's colors are never neon bright. If your crystal is glowing like highlighter ink, bright pink, bright blue, bright green, there's a strong chance it is dyed. Many agates, quartz, and howlite are dyed to look attractive. That doesn't always mean they are fully fake, but their natural vibration is altered by chemical dyes. Here is something most sellers won't tell you. Many crystals are real but treated, heat-treated, irradiated, or chemically enhanced. For example, many bright yellow citrine in markets are actually heat-treated amethyst. Real natural citrine is pale, smoky yellow, not orange burnt color. But heat-treated stones are sold everywhere as powerful citrine. So always remember, not all real-looking stones are natural in original form. Now let's talk about scratches and hardness. Quartz family crystals are hard and do not scratch easily. Glass scratches easily with metal. If your crystal scratches easily, that is suspicious. But please don't damage your stone aggressively. This test should be gentle and careful. Another powerful method, sound test. When you lightly tap two real crystals together, they make a soft ringing sound. Glass makes dull or flat sound. This is not 100% perfect test, but it helps in comparison. Now let's talk about price. Very sensitive but very honest truth. If a rare crystal is extremely cheap, there is always a reason. Natural formation takes millions of years. Mining, cutting, polishing, transport, all cost money. So if someone sells rare moldavite for very cheap, or huge clear quartz for very low price, you must question authenticity. But remember, expensive also does not always mean real. Some sellers overprice fake stones using spiritual marketing words. So price alone is not enough. You need knowledge, observation, and trusted sellers. One more important point: shape. Most natural crystals have irregular shapes. Perfect spheres, perfect towers, perfect hearts are usually machine cut. That does not make them fake, but it does mean the stone was reshaped artificially. So if someone claims fully raw natural crystal, but it looks like perfect geometry, that statement is incorrect. Now here is the energetic truth. Sensitive people can feel crystal vibration. Real crystals feel grounding, calming, warm, or activating. Fake stones feel neutral, empty, or just like decoration. But this takes practice and awareness. Beginners should not depend only on energy feeling. So what is the safest method? Buy from trusted, certified, transparent sellers. Ask questions. Ask origin. Ask if stone is treated or dyed. Honest sellers will always explain clearly. And finally, understand this deeply. Even if a crystal is small, imperfect, and not shiny, if it is natural, its energy is powerful. Healing does not need beauty standards. Nature works in simple forms, not showroom polish. In the next part of this topic, we will go deeper into specific crystals, like how to identify fake rose quartz, fake amethyst, fake citrine, fake moldavite, and common market scams that most people fall into. So make sure you stay connected. Before you go, I want to ask you one powerful question. Have you ever bought a crystal and later doubted its authenticity? Did you feel energy or did you feel nothing at all? Share your experience in the comments because your story can help others. And if you want more real crystal knowledge, like, subscribe, and stay connected with this channel. Because real knowledge creates real healing. What if I tell you? Some fake crystals can pass all basic tests, look natural, feel cold, even feel heavy, and still be completely artificial? Yes, that is the scary truth of today's crystal market. Because technology can copy appearance, but it can never copy nature's long process of creation. So today, we go deeper, beyond surface tests, beyond looks, beyond shine, into patterns, growth signs, and energy behavior, so you can protect yourself from emotional and spiritual disappointment. Stay with me, because this part can save you from wasting money and trust. Beautiful souls. In the previous part, we understood basic physical signs, like temperature, weight, color, bubbles, and texture. But now, we move into advanced understanding. How natural growth patterns look, how artificial shaping changes energy flow, and how to identify stones that are technically real, but energetically damaged by heavy treatment. This knowledge is extremely important if you use crystals for healing, manifestation, or spiritual work. First, let's talk about growth patterns. Natural stones grow in layers, lines, and uneven directions. That means inside the stone, you will see movement, curves, waves, clouds, sometimes zigzag formations. Artificial stones often show flat color spread. Same pattern repeated again and again, almost like printed design. Nature never repeats perfectly. So if you see identical pattern on many pieces, that is a strong warning sign. Now let's talk about cracks and fractures. Natural stones break in unpredictable ways. Lines may go in different directions, stop suddenly, then continue elsewhere. Artificial stones usually crack in straight or smooth curves. They look too clean, too controlled, too planned. Nature is messy, random, and imperfect, and that is beautiful. Next point, polishing tricks. Many stones are polished to extreme shine. So buyers focus on beauty, not on structure. Heavy polishing hides internal flaws, color zones, and natural texture. So when buying polished stones, Always try to see inside depth, not just surface reflection. If you only see mirror-like shine and nothing inside, you must question authenticity or heavy treatment. Now let's talk about treatment reality. Some stones are real, but go through intense processes. Heating, dye soaking, chemical coating, or radiation exposure. These methods improve color but disturb natural vibration. So the stone still looks beautiful, but its energetic behavior becomes unstable or weak. That is why some people say, I bought a crystal, but I don't feel anything. It may not be fake, but its natural frequency was altered. Another important sign, fading color. If color leaks when stone gets wet, or slowly fades over months, that is clear proof of dye treatment. Natural color does not wash away with water, so always check carefully, especially with very bright stones. Now let's discuss shape and cutting style. When stones are cut too symmetrically, energy pathways are also redirected artificially. That does not make them useless, but it does reduce natural chaotic flow, which many healers prefer for deep emotional healing. So if your purpose is decoration, shape does not matter. But if your purpose is energy work, natural or minimally shaped stones are more suitable. Now let's talk about seller behavior. Very important point. Fake products survive because of emotional marketing. Big promises, instant miracle claims, fear-based selling, and statements like, only this stone can save you. Real spiritual tools do not need fear to be sold. Ethical sellers educate, not manipulate. So always observe how the product is being marketed, not only what is being sold. Another advanced test, comparison learning. When you hold many natural stones together, you start seeing differences clearly. Texture, shine, pattern, and feel will vary naturally. But artificial batches look similar to each other. So exposure and experience increase your identification power. Now let's talk about intuition, but correctly. Intuition is not instant fantasy feeling. True intuitive sensing feels calm, neutral, and grounded. Not dramatic excitement, not fear. When a stone feels right, there is quite attraction, not emotional pressure. So don't confuse marketing excitement with intuition. Now something very important. Crystals do not replace medical or psychological treatment. They support emotional balance and mindset. But they are not magical pills. So sellers who promise disease cures are not trustworthy. True healing works on multiple levels, not one shortcut. Finally, understand this clearly. The real power is not only in the stone. It is in your intention, consistency, and belief system. A natural crystal supports your focus, but it cannot work without your participation. So instead of chasing rare or expensive stones, build relationship with the stone you already have. Clean it, respect it, work with it consciously. In the next part, we will cover market traps, online shopping mistakes, certification myths, and how to safely buy crystals without getting cheated. This will protect both your money and your spiritual journey. Now I want to hear from you. Do you trust online crystal sellers? Or do you prefer offline buying? Have you ever felt confused after purchasing a stone? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your experience may guide someone else. And if you are learning something valuable from this series, like, subscribe, and stay connected, because awareness is the strongest protection. Before you buy a next crystal online, listen to this very carefully, because most people are not cheated by stones. They are cheated by sweet words and fake promises, beautiful photos, big discounts, spiritual language, and urgent offers that push you to buy fast. But later, disappointment stays for a long time. Today, we talk about how to protect your money, your energy, and your spiritual trust, and how to choose sellers who truly respect this work. Stay till the end, because this part is about smart and safe buying. So far, we learned about physical signs and natural patterns. Now we focus on the most sensitive part, the selling process, handling, cleansing, and storage. Because even a natural stone can lose its supportive energy if it is handled without care or sold only for profit. So let's understand market traps, safe buying habits, and how to maintain crystal energy after purchase. First, let's talk about online selling reality. Many stores use edited photos and studio lighting. What you see on screen is not always what you receive. So always trust sellers who show real videos, natural light photos, and multiple angles. Transparency is the first sign of honesty. Next, emotional pressure selling. Lines like, "Buy now or energy will be lost," or "This is your last chance for healing," are not spiritual guidance, they are sales tricks. Spiritual tools should empower you, not rush you. So never buy from fear, buy from clarity. Now let's talk about choosing trusted sellers. Good sellers educate, they don't exaggerate. They answer questions patiently. They explain sourcing and treatments honestly. They do not promise instant life changes. They focus on long-term trust, not one-time profit. So always observe how the seller behaves, not just how attractive the product looks. Now very important point, cleansing before first use. Before reaching you, stones pass through many hands. Transport, storage, and crowded places. They absorb mixed energies. So cleansing is not optional, it is necessary. Simple methods like water exposure, smoke cleansing, sound vibration, or moonlight charging help reset natural frequency. Never skip this step if you want real energetic support. Next, storage mistakes people make. Keeping stones in dusty corners, mixing with heavy metals, placing near electronics, or leaving them unused for long time can slowly reduce energetic sensitivity. Storing them respectfully, clean, and intentionally keeps their vibration more active and supportive. They don't need luxury, they need mindfulness. Another mistake, expecting instant miracles. Crystals support mindset and emotional balance, but they cannot replace action and self-work. When intention and effort are missing, people blame the stone instead of the process. True transformation always needs participation from you. Now let me say something important for buyers. Not every seller is dishonest. There are sellers who work with deep respect, who select stones carefully, cleanse them, and send them with positive intention, not just packaging. These sellers value spiritual responsibility more than fast sales. And buying from such sources makes a big difference in experience. If you want to buy crystals with trust, clarity, and guidance, you can contact our crystal seller using the number in description. You can ask questions, share your purpose, and get honest suggestions. No pressure, no false promises, only respectful guidance. Because spiritual tools should come with spiritual ethics. So if you are looking for genuine support and fair guidance, reach out to our crystal seller through the contact in description. And choose with awareness, not with urgency. Now I want to ask you one honest question. When you buy spiritual products, what matters most to you? Price, appearance, or trust in seller? Write your thoughts in the comments, because your answer can guide many others. And if this series helped you see crystals more clearly, like, subscribe, and stay connected. Because awareness is the strongest protection on any spiritual path.